Good day, my friends. It's another day and it has been quite crazy. I'm sitting here, um, sitting here, and I've been waiting. I was early up, and all the scanning of the pictures is done for this customer, and he was happy. I overdid it. Too much, but it's okay. Too much. What is the topic today? What can we say about the topics? And what is the... I come to think why I'm talking in English. It's for you. You see, I like to learn the skills of talking English. I can't say that I am improving, but it's good. It's good exercise. People say that you should rather talk in Norwegian. I can't see that coming. Not for now. I tried and went back to English again. It seems that I can express something more out of the ordinary than in Norwegian. It's kind of obvious to talk in... It's too obvious to talk in Norwegian. And I have this kind of attitude. I did my first book. Maybe I can show it. I did this book, You, Me and God. It's a kind of a language that makes the reader really strive for understanding. See, I don't write for those listeners that want to enjoy themselves. I think that is the waste of my time. If I consider the readers of this book, and it has some pages too, to go through 133 pages. This book, you need a lot of patience, you need a lot of deeper understanding, and you need a lot of empathy to yourself. In a good way, I don't mean in a selfish way. Because people today have this empathy to themselves, that as long as they are lucky, happy, fortunate, have everything, like whatever they can point their finger at is theirs, and if they don't get it, it's kind of irritating them, and they let it out on everybody. Isn't that cruel? I think people that are like that, I catched it. People that are like that, they have so much about themselves. But if you have some emotionally good, that not out of this hurtful feeling, but out of deeper understanding of yourself, that you are considerate of yourself and your development. You don't judge so much. Because I meet people and hear many people say that I'm this and that. It's kind of a given that you have to be you have to define yourself. I don't go so much there. People that does that, I have observed some people that define themselves to be like this and that, and whoever that is, it's mostly just a wishful thinking. People that have empathy to themselves wouldn't judge themselves in that cruel way, because when I judge myself to be, I expose myself and tell everybody I'm this, I'm that, I will obviously disappoint people. I do that all the time anyway, but I will kind of making people expect something more that they wouldn't get. And they would be disappointed because they thought I was who I defined me to be. And that didn't really match up to my living. So people that does that, I'm this, I'm that. I saw something earlier on, maybe many years back, that said that I love peace. I love peace. I'm not for war, I'm for peace. Didn't she or he know that that is what everybody wants? It's kind of a funny saying that I want peace. I don't want war. I think that the world needs peace, as this is something very unique. I bet you 99.9 have the same wishful thinking that the world will be so great when it's at peace. And the strange thing that was with this lady or this man, I don't know who that. It was, I want peace, I don't want war, I'm a peace-loving guy. It's kind of, what? Are you for sure? Is it real? Are you for real? Do you really want peace? It's kind of a joke to themselves that I'm the only one that wants peace. Who else wants peace? No one is ringing. And the funny thing about those people that say that kind of stuff, they can't handle any disputes. Because, you see, the war is about disagreements and how to tolerate disagreements. I have thought to say something about that for a long time. I love peace. I love peace. I don't want war, please. But people that are that level of naivety, you have to wonder, what is it to you now? What are you on? So I can't understand those people because it's a level of naivety that it's like a monkey. It's like the level of a monkey that I want peace. It's like, as long as that is said, you shouldn't touch on any subjects, because if you do, bet you I will kick you down. What a peace-loving human that was. Any disputes that those people are encountering. I met a lady that I heard she was talking about my friend in a not so very nice way. And she used the word, I forgive you. I addressed that she was talking about my friend. He was not there. And that was in Jerusalem, even that. She was in Jerusalem. And she talked about my friend in a very bad way. And I asked, how come that you have the guts to say something about my friend to me? I know my friend, but I wouldn't judge in this case which you are referring to. I wasn't there, you were there. So I wouldn't judge, but you are sitting here and think that you are immune to any judging or criticism. Yes, because you are the only one that experienced this kind of situation with him. And I ended up saying, you are not to say something about my friend which is not here. And she said, I will forgive you. She used that word against me. I will forgive him. I will forgive you. Because she was the victim here. And it's very, very low level to play that kind of victim role. I'm a victim. So I forgive you. How great of me. See how gracious I am to you. I can forgive you, but it wasn't because I asked for any forgiveness. I didn't ask for her to forgive my friend. No. Just out of spite. She did that. And I replied, and I forgive you. What a conversation that was. I forgive you too. I forgive you even more. And this book, you see, it's not I don't write for readers. I write for I don't know. I write for the writing because something in a specific way needed to be said. And I don't really care what people are thinking of this book. I asked my friend, he's a writer himself, what do you think? It's very interesting. It's kind of a language that have many so sometimes I need some encouragement. Everybody does that, but it doesn't mean really that I depend on those encouraging people. It's kind of, if you like it, I would be glad. If you didn't like it, that make me even more happy. And if you throw it away, that would be a celebration on my behalf. Because this book is you, me, and God. It's not a theology in itself, but it has some ingredients of superficial people. And it's written in Norwegian. And kind of a language that is hard to just surf fast, surfing fast. Maybe if you are acquainted to that kind of lettering in words, it will go fast. But and I did it very fastly. The book was done in just months, and just some few months I got to drive and I did it. And I did it in an awkward way. So people that demand certain standards, when I talk in English, people would expect that an English talking guy that's from Norway, he should be better skilled in the language he is using. It's like people are denying the right to say something because either you pronounce it awkwardly, as I do, or you write it with faults, as I have been into debates with scholared people, PhD or something. They are very... I like the language. I can't express that enough, because I like to hear or read a language that is very... Every word is in its place, in the right way. Who defines that? But it is just as I listen sometimes to people that are talking, I have high admiration for those that can pronounce it in a colorful way. So I was into debates with them, and it was kind of a learning skill on my behalf. It was after I did some writings all along. Maybe I will read it up when time is ready. I have many projects. And I was blamed sometimes for not understanding or being kind of a backward guy. Yes, because the spelling was sometimes not correct. And the grammar, I have a dyslexic on grammar, so I express something that happened before in a present way. So I'm not a good writer in that regard. I do wrong grammar and spelling. I do it. But you see, You have to beat yourself. You have to be sympathetic to yourself and your freedom to speak. The sympathy on your behalf should be despite of your limitations. You should believe in yourself. I talked yesterday with a lady that was not so very clear about if there is any racism in today in certain communities, and I told yes, it's driven out of the historic paths. I said even today, some of I have been talking about missionaries and their racism regarding black people, Africans, and they said that they can't have any administration over this place because they are not educated. And you see, this is a pattern, because if you have some degree of respect for other people, if you have some decent respect for other people and think in an equality way, you will never think in that terms. That's kind of exposing the bad attitude when you say something that those people that are here can't take the charge of this place because they are not educated. They have no knowledge of doing the management. And I said, that is old-time racism. That is old-time prejudice. I will say that even if people are not educated, which I'm one of them, it means that I can't handle my own home. I can't administrate my own home because I'm not educated. I can't know how to bring up children. I'm not educated. I have no PhD like you. I'm not a nurse. I'm just a mechaniker, educated in car mechaniker, so I should know anything else than car mechaniker. But I did it quite poorly, not to brag, but I did it quite poorly in this car mechaniker exercise. I did maybe well in the theory, but when it came to the car, I think that, you see, you have to have some broader perspective, as I have talked about before. If you listen to me, you get some along the way. So people that are that prejudiced, those people can't manage because they are not educated. It's kind of arrogance that you can't beat them on that turf. They are so blind. They are so stuck in their prejudiced mind that I would like to have 1,500 hours just to tell them in words what I mean about them. How backward that is to say something like that about people that you don't really know. Maybe you have been sitting with them and talking with them, and maybe you have encouraged them, but you need to believe in them, in people. And how would a child that you are taking care of become something like a professor, whatever? I think the mindset of many people are that if my children succeed in life, like have a good education, have a good profession, it's kind of a pride for the parents. They are not so proud when it comes to people that are striving in their life. But I am proud of every daughter I have, even if life is good, easy for them or hard. I have even very high regard for those people that are struggling with life, because it takes a lot of brain power, it takes a lot of energy, and how can they cope with their own situation? I can't understand, but it is just for them. They have the knowledge, and that's why I've encouraged this empowerment thing, user involvements, that you, the one that have the shoe on, should know how it is. So maybe we need some skill in believing in other people. A skill that can encourage not what we see, but what will be appearing in time. So to believe in people is also believing in time. In time that even they are changing, it will appear in due time. In due time it will come through. So, my friends, it's due time to not to be prejudiced anymore. Those that tell me there is no hope for this guy or those people, they are just blind themselves. It's a kind of a blindness that you know it best, but you don't know nothing at all. Put someone else in charge than you, because you are so preoccupied with your prejudicism, that you shouldn't be there where you are now. You shouldn't be in charge because you don't believe in people, you don't believe in those that you are serving. I wonder how many of the people that really have this attitude could be where they were at that time. So I really want to put words in my mouth like I'm doing now, because it shocks me, because this kind of racism to certain people, if you just believed in people as you believe in your own children, in yourself, if you go to yourself, if you believe in yourself, you will succeed. It takes only just a belief, a leap of faith. As they say, take a leap of faith in yourself, in your children, in your friends, in your family, siblings, and in those people that you are serving. It takes just a leap of faith to succeed, to leave the management to other people that are asking for involvement. So why are you holding on? Is it just an excuse to keep on having the control and power that you are driven by? It shouldn't be you, it should be someone else. I have said it and I will say it again. When I see it, I will say it again. So my friends, in order to be a blessing, you need to be believing in yourself. Even it's awkward for everybody, as long as you do it in the trust you have in yourself. Just do it because it's right. It's right to follow and believe in yourself.